Well, first, let's walk through what Mike Johnson did. As Speaker of the House and the leader of our Republican conference, he has a duty and responsibility to care for our conference. That means not force us to vote on full-term abortion funding, the trans agenda, DEI, funding $300 million to the Ukraine war, and many other horrific far left funding wish list items that the Democrats were thrilled with. He shouldn't make us vote on that in order to pay our military soldiers. That's outrageous. It's also an election year, David, and that means that Republicans are out trying to get reelected. And he forced our Republican conference, those that voted for this, basically walked the plank for him. And that is outrageous. Here we are. We had the majority of the majority. Less than, that means over half of our Republican conference voted against this second part of the omnibus bill. But let's go even further. This is the exact type of stuff that Republican voters are fed up with and are saying never again. This is why Donald Trump is overwhelmingly winning the election, because he's promising change and the American people know he can bring it. But I'd like to walk everyone through how bad this really was. Mike Johnson became Speaker in October. That means he had November, December, January, and February. He had 4 months to continue bringing our single issue appropriation bills for us to vote on to fund the government. He did not do that. He passed 3 CRs as Speaker of the House. That is exactly what Kevin McCarthy got thrown out for doing. Then he violated our Republican conference rules by bringing these massive funding bills under suspension. That means he broke the rules. He said all the rules are suspended. We are bringing this funding bill over $1.2 trillion to the House floor for a vote in less than 72 hours. We had 1 day to read the 1,012-page bill. Then, even worse, David, he tied all of our hands behind our backs and did not allow us to vote on amendments. He didn't even give us the opportunity to take out the abortion funding, the full-term abortion funding. He didn't let us take out the nearly $700 million that funds the feeding and housing of illegal immigrants that are invading our country every single day. He didn't allow us to make amendments like that. He didn't allow us to try to put the Laken-Riley Act inside this bill. He did not allow us to do anything. What he did is he brought Chuck Schumer's $1.2 trillion second part of the omnibus to the House floor and forced us to vote on it right on the government deadline day, literally the day of the government deadline. This is a violation of every single rule. This is exactly what Republicans are sick and tired of. This is not personal against Mike Johnson. I filed the motion to vacate, basically issuing a pink slip saying, you're going to be fired. We will not tolerate this any longer. And Republican voters all over this country agree with me.